economic pressure, but also material changes such as new cooking technology, the oven, and techniques, the capture of yeast. The business of this book is to try to figure out how people at the time made sense of their changing world. What was going on in the fields, kitchens, shops, dining rooms, debating chambers of the country when we elected to give rice pudding to children? How did we come to love and then lose pumpkin pie? Why did we exchange carp and herring for cod and chips? And was the love of Yorkshire pudding and roast beef universal? Hard times have forced people to fight for or argue over their food rights and responsibilities since the earliest historical and archaeological records. As with the rest of the world, in Britain, these disagreements have been brought into sharp focus by global economic, security and health crises. When, in the coronavirus pandemic that took hold in early 2020, the footballer Marcus Rashford campaigned for the government to extend a meal voucher scheme into the school holidays for hard-hit families, the House of Commons was, once again, the site of a debate about food entitlements and obligations. While the Shadow Education Secretary, Kate Green, said, "It is the government's responsibility to ensure that children do not go hungry," a survey showed that just under 2/3 of the population agreed. Brendan Clark-Smith, a Tory MP and former teacher, countered with, "Where is the slick PR campaign encouraging absent parents to take some responsibility for their children? I do not believe in nationalising children. Instead, we need to get back to the idea of taking responsibility," by which he meant individual parental responsibility. These two opposing positions have given rise to debates over how to feed ourselves that have enraged and galvanized people in the House of Commons, in forests, on farms and common land, in local and manorial courts, in front of jails holding poachers, on the quayside, in churches and village halls, in the officers' mess and military commissariat, for over 1,000 years. A hill farmer on the upland commons, or a brewer, a baker, an artisan cheesemaker, the supermarket with aisle after aisle, or the corner store with a few rickety shelves, the cafe serving a full English fry-up, the pizzeria with a child-friendly margarita. These are the businesses that contract with the community to provide food, and that must survive or thrive according to what their local customers, or the whole nation, believe is important. Cheap, convenient, local, sustainable, scalable. These values change over the centuries, but some become so embedded we don't recognize them as assumptions at all. Although the details change, it is remarkable how food cultures also become settled and fixed over the centuries. We have our Christmas feast, our pancakes and our Easter buns, long after the practical need for them has been erased by advances in agriculture. Long before and after Napoleon, supposedly, derided Britain for being a nation of shopkeepers, that is how commercial society was arranged. When the complexity scientist Peter Turchin began mathematically modelling historical processes, he noted that, even after revolutions, countries usually return to the same way of rule. Culture is persistent. While he is writing about political systems, I am struck by how much this is also true of our food traditions and habits. Cultural preferences, for meat over fish, for example, can continually bob up over hundreds, even thousands of years. Food cultures aren't invincible, however. One of the threads which emerges through this book is that the things we say we most prize, eating together, say, or good and local ingredients, are quite fragile in the face of more powerful economic or political expediency. The furthest point back in time that I venture is the Neolithic. We do not know exactly how and when these ancestors shared power in their communities. It might have been communal, or by a hierarchy decided by physical strength, spiritual charisma, perhaps matriarchal authority. However, archaeologists show that for them